Can we really trust that?
I do think...
Hey, you see? The raindrops! They're falling!
That day, as the rain fell, we watched in uncertainty. The retroact rain should have been a harm. However, the Threnodians, our city cannot endure another tragedy like that.
Let's join the Riverside gang. The river? You won first place.
We haven't held the Riverside Games, and if everything goes well, perhaps we can...
This guy packs a serious punch! It's already so powerful in my hands!
Careful. Tacitite weapons are...
Rest assured.
The Ministry of Development wants, as non-resonators lack the necessary forte to control. That's why the weapons could... After taking over as general, I revamped the Midnight Rangers' recruitment tactics. Our primary combat units now can... I still remember the admirable courage in those ordinary people.
The plan is simple. Our ranged units will secure the high ground. Meanwhile, squads to our goal is to shift. In a word,
Our strategic... But now, there could be unknown risk factors. Why am I seeing this here? Is it... Why am I seeing this here?
General, we've got all equipment repaired, tactite weapons adjusted and given to the resonators. Non-resonators are also equipped and prepared for action, but the rain's getting heavier. Should we take shelter for the time being? One of our combat medics claims it's no ordinary downpour, and he strongly advises holding off any moves until it clears. Though young, his sharp intuition has been proven in previous battles. You've seen it firsthand. However, I do agree this will be our last chance at organizing another attack. Sir, his name is... Gian. General, help. Please, help me.
What do you make of this, Gian? Maybe you are right. The rain just happened out of nowhere. It's indeed unusual, but this is our only... The enemy we've been yearning to destroy is finally right before us. And now, you're asking me to sit back and do nothing because of some phantoms. Silence? Is this... No. I see. You're no different. We fear, we bleed, we suffer, and in the end, we'll all die on the battlefield. But what about your brethren, friends, and comrades? Will you still remain silent when their souls demand an answer? There is no other choice. We must trample the pile of corpses at our feet and push on. Keep barking orders. Keep fighting until every last one of those monsters is gone. The retroact rain merely creates illusions of past events. My soldiers will not succumb to those hallucinations. I will not allow it. We'll crush anything in our path, no questions asked. And I will pave the way for us all with my forte. If tens, hundreds, thousands more of my men will die, so be it. We will win this battle by any means necessary. John, I have a question for you. What would you have done on that day if you were whatever you say? I'll never answer those brave souls with such silence and cowardice. Prove yourself to me, Gian. Just like what happened on that rainy night. Yes, go on. Keep fighting.
Troop with the sun. Get down.
Fight until the last of them is wiped out.
General Gershu Lin. We fight to protect what we cherish. And we cherish our comrades not out of cowardice or fear, but out of trust. The trust in their lives' worth. I cannot assure you I am always making the right choice, General. But we should never build our victory on top of endless sacrifices.
Is that so? As I see it, you're cut from the same cloth. You and I.
Perhaps we are indeed, General. I share at least one thing with you. I too will draw my blade to fight for what I believe in. And I'll stop at nothing to see it through.
General! General, you look pale.
I'm fine. Please go on.
We just detected an intense frequency reaction from that tacit field ahead. That moon. It's gradually turning full now, as you predicted. The sky. It looks just like how it was during the battle beneath the crescent.
It's time.
Sir, the Midnight Rangers are ready. We await your orders.
Attention all troops. Take position and get ready to engage.
Sir.
When the moon turns full, a roving traveler shall return. The prophecy is being fulfilled. Here they are. They're not coming at us. Are they trying to protect something, or are they waiting for commands? With a TD outbreak of this magnitude and organization, someone must be orchestrating it. Could it be?
It looks almost full now, and the retroact rain falling. Rover? Maybe this is the right time Madam Magistrate was talking about.
Citizens of Jinzhou, please remain calm and evacuate.
It's a pre-recorded broadcast message. Our magistrate saw this coming and she had General Jian devise an emergency plan a long time ago. We knew this was coming and we were ready, but thanks for coming in time, Rover. Oh, Director Tao Chi is here too. For a better rundown of the situation, you can find her near the city gate.
Any update on the protective barrier?
We've put in all our resources to repair it, but if those tacit discords keep coming at us, it might not hold up for long. Ah, I presume you must be Rover. Maybe we've met somewhere before. Anyway, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Tao Chi, a director at the Ministry of Development. I'm in charge of our defense fortifications. Thank you for lending us a hand. It's our defense system against the retroact rain. It does a good job of keeping the city safe from the rain's effects. Once the protective barrier breaks down, tacit discords could manifest from inside Jinzhou City.
Rover, remember what I told you earlier? The retroact rain is essentially condensed droplets of remnant energy that fall from the etheric sea. This remnant energy makes it a magnet for tacit discords. It records events from all times and places. That's what we call the phantoms of retroact rain. It kind of works like how resonators resonate with the world. The more you're exposed to the... Oh, and here's another interesting fact about the retroact rain. When it's raining across a large area, illusions pulled from the memories of multiple people can manifest at once. Nice catch, Rover. Jinzhou has been a battleground for centuries. That's why it has to deal with the Threnodian that represents the concept of war. And wars will lead to deaths. Once the retroact rain reaches its final stage, there'll be thousands of phantoms. Phantoms of dead soldiers and tacit discords.
This is the one major threat that has been looming over Jinzhou. Our magistrate ordered the construction of this barrier precisely because of that. Indeed, the phantoms should only mechanically repeat what they had been doing. They shouldn't have the ability to interfere with reality. But the retroact rain can be significantly enhanced through the Threnodian's power. As a result, said phantoms become increasingly realistic, to the point of inflicting real harm on humans. In that battle 3 years ago, our soldiers got into a gruesome fight against countless tacit discords, either native to Northal Barrens or produced by retroact rain. Phantoms of tacit discords and our fallen soldiers repeated their indiscriminate attacks on everything in their sight. Soldiers could not tell friends from foe. The relentless rain even recreated the brutal deaths of their comrades, etched in vivid detail. The Northal Barrens turned into a living hell, and to this day, we can still hear the desperate cries.
The battle beneath the Crescent was humanity's first recorded encounter with retroact rain enhanced by Threnodian. Your previous general sent back valuable video recordings of the rain. Those videos provided crucial information. Our people on the Black Shores have theorized that the Threnodian abnormal moon sightings and the retroact rain may be linked. Yeah, something like that. But so, unfortunately, we can't predict retroact rains yet. but we know it's close.
The moon just changed in an instant. If this theory turns out to be true, that means...
And Jinzhou's dealing with what happened 3 years ago. The Threnodians' revival is never an independent occurrence. They could sense one another through some form of telepathic link. The revival of a Threnodian in Jinzhou will trigger catastrophic events and affect other nations. We gotta hustle back to the Tethys base, recalibrate our lament detector, and anyway, we'll take...
Please stay safe.
That's all we've gathered so far, Rover. The TD outbreaks won't stop before the end of this reign. We must stay alert.
Mom, there's another wave of them ahead.
Speak of the devil. I'll need to take a very long nap after this. Activate the defense mechanisms! Everyone, hold your ground! Let's go reinforce the outpost. It's still under attack. I'll keep you too! It's Morphin time!
Thank you. Some of us are still fighting in there. We must go help them.
Don't worry, I've got this!
Oh, bring it on! It's Morphin time! Coming in!
My time to shine!
Finally.
We made it! Oh, thank you so much!
It's dangerous here. Let's head back first.
Please tell me this is the last one. Rover, your moves are sharp as always. Dealing with so many TDs seemed like a walk in the park for you.
Rover, did you see that? Now, it's almost identical to what we saw 3 years ago, during the battle beneath the Crescent. I'm afraid we're already running out of time.
Report the situation, please.
Madam Magistrate, the barrier has been fully repaired, and we've evacuated all residents.
Well done, Director Tauchi. Indeed. It's been a while, Rover. It's been going according to plan, if I may say so. I was made aware of this in advance. Now that we are facing such an emergency, I cannot sit back and wait for Dewey to save us. I will act and see my duty through. This is my decision. I have secured some much-needed aid for our city during my visit to the capital. Also, our expert should be ready by now. Rover, do you still remember Jue's message for you? Now we have raindrops that fall upstream, and the Midnight Rangers general in the Norfall Barrens, ready to take on the Overthrax. This must be the right time Jue was talking about. Rover, it's going to be dangerous. You might directly confront a Trinodian. Your eyes look as determined. You will be remembered as a heroic ally in our defense against external threats. May victory prevail the lasting night. I will pray for your safe return.
Rover, I have informed border checkpoints across Jinjiao about your trip to the front line. Yang Yang, you're one of our... You'll need to pass...
Rover, Yang Yang, I'll be keeping the city safe as a patroller. Do come back in one piece, okay? Rover, I said don't call me that. Never mind, we don't have time for this.
It seems the rain is not stopping anytime soon.
The city. Rest assured, you can count on me.
I will keep everyone safe.
Me too.
Don't forget us, Lion Dance.
We got this!
As you can see, everyone's ready to defend our city.
Rover, Yang Yang, safe travels.
I've informed General Jian that you're heading to his place. He will...
May victory prevail the lasting night.
Defend the south gate. Enemy attack weakening. This wave is almost over. Break! Tell truth with the sun. North Gate! TDs incoming! Our enemies are spent! Hold your ground! Settled. It's over! All tacit discords nearby have been dealt with. Now the city's defense. Please update me on this.
Under Madam Magistrate's command, Washu Academy and Ministry of Development are on standby for further instructions. And that Rover, he is...
I see. I will go pick them up as soon as possible. The rain's getting heavier. There are signs of tacit. I need to clear the way for them as quickly as possible. Couple more tacit discords here. Time to get moving. right. Is that the thundering Mephis?
The Trinodians' revival has done significant damage to the environment nearby. Things have gotten even more dangerous out here. The closer we get to Northville Barrens, the worse it gets. The streams feel heavy with dread and the smell of blood. There must be a brutal fight going down in the Desert Island. The Tacit field director Tauchi mentioned should be right up ahead. We must pass through it to reach our base and find General GN. I wonder what other anomalies await us ahead. Is that why phantoms contain a lot of remnant energy? These Tacit discords might be coming after it. The rain is spreading across Desert Island. I can feel chaos growing in the streams. We must hurry. Those soldiers, there are more Tacit discords. Be careful. The rhetoric brain's effects are worsening. We must proceed with caution. There, another wounded soldier. The streams are stabilizing.
Are you Yang Yang?
What happened?
The thundering Mephis. I'm part. This is where our supply station is. We were on our way. Thundering Mephis. In the end, this place.
Watch out!
It's him, General...
Thundering Mephis. We must bring it down to keep pushing forward. The time. 7.
Synchronization. Storm, hear that command!
Take troop from the sun. Swift and resolute. Ready for battle. Break! The hour is upon us. One with the sounds.
Synchronization.
Fear no more. Swift and resolute. Ready for battle. Be gone!
We did it!
The Thundering Mephis is a blend of countless fallen souls. As long as more soldiers are still dying here, it will always return. Countless souls of our brave soldiers remain trapped in this rain to this—
General.
Sorry. The honor is mine, Rover. Madam Magistrate and Tao Chi have informed me of your willingness to assist us. Thank you for lending us a hand. I should properly welcome you with Huang Lon's formalities, but as the current situation forbids that, I'll brief you on our plans as fast as possible. I've heard about your deeds from Madam Magistrate. You are a trustworthy ally, according to her. Here, Retroact Rain Antidote, developed by the Academy. While the antidote cannot shield you from its effects entirely, it should at least lessen the hallucination. For someone to show up as a phantom in the Retroact Rain, 2 conditions must be met. Prior exposure to the rain, and you were found in the Gorges of Spirits only recently. And this is your first time. Moreover, you possess a similar ability. I was told you'd come to the Norfall Barrens one day to reclaim your lost power from Overthrax. I'll do everything in my power to help you make that happen. Yes, Madam Magistrate might not be aware. On the day I was selected to be the next general, Jue told me this. Beneath the full moon, guide the returning one to confront Threnodian. And if you are indeed the returning one mentioned here, you might have noticed something off about that moon. Once it fully takes shape, Overthrax, the Threnodian of war, it is an ancient terror that reigns over our land. The Norfall Barrens have become a massive graveyard of weapons after countless battles. But we must act now. The Void Plenilune is already visible. We must contain the Threnodian swiftly. Any delay could allow it to recover and become harder to deal with. Hold on. We cannot afford to rush the plan. We'll get into the specifics once we reach our base. I've taken care of all the tacit discords nearby on my way here. The path ahead should be relatively safe now. Keep going and we'll reach the base soon.
No hesitation. One with the sounds.
Wait, is that?
Overthrax's towering statue, built from repurposed weapons and debris, has long loomed over Jinzhou as a foreboding symbol of our ongoing struggle. We managed to gravely injure it 3 years ago, making the statue sink into the water. And now it just resurfaced. Our enemy must be eager to strike. The Vanguard base is right up ahead. Let's hurry over.
Greetings, Master Jianxing.
Jianqin recently arrived at our base with one of the supply delivery.
I've heard Master once told me, countless brave souls have been—
Please follow me. Our main goal is to contain the reviving. The Academy determined they were not after analyzing their behavior. While the Overthrax is still with looming danger from the Please, join me in mapping out. I have split all combat. The ranged units team will provide fire support. We have the special task force of Rover, Yang, Jianxin, and me. Allow me to introduce Kong Lin, leader of the range, and this is Yue Hui. He's in charge of the infantry team. This is a topographical map of the Norfall Barrens. The Overthrax's power limits our reach. The deepest we ventured was 3 years ago, when we discovered the suspended ruins in its hinterland. But the terrain is treacherous, narrow and flanked by high cliffs on both sides, leaving only one path for our troops to travel. On the other hand, our enemies must, with the Overthrax reorganizing their frequency. Every time we cut down an enemy, time is of the essence. We must swiftly and safely get a rover. Let's plan carefully. First, our ranged units. But we need to strategize based on if we manipulate the terrain to our advantage, where should we deploy the ranged units? Deploying our ranged units high above the valleys in advance. This way, they'll provide cover for our close combat forces while staying safe themselves. We'll use their range advantage next, the infantry. They have been trained and equipped for close combat. The heart of Norfall Valley is our main battleground, where we'll fight our enemies head-on. We need to plan our attack wisely. How should the infantry engage enemy targets?
We could divert some forces to flank the enemy, disrupting their formation and gaining an edge. However, a successful outflank requires a wide battlefield, but the small passage of Norfall Barrens limits our options for movement. And we can't predict everything that'll happen on the battlefield. Our diversion could leave our front line vulnerable. It may not be the—
How should the infantry engage enemy targets?
To infiltrate enemy lines, a small group of our forces will enter through gaps in their formation and attack from the rear. This maneuver takes time and requires caution to avoid detection, particularly in a valley where evasion is difficult. Small infiltration forces may stay hidden, but risk being overwhelmed by enemy attacks. Alternatively, diverting forces could lead to losing on the main front. We have little knowledge of what's happening behind enemy lines. Better not—
How should the infantry engage now that the narrow terrain has dictated an inevitable confrontation? The infantry will attack head-on, breaking their line. Then our task force can strike where they're vulnerable. A reasonable choice. Lastly, the Special Task Force. All resonators with powerful abilities, they have if the chance arises, what should the Special Task Force do?
Flank tactics aim to avoid direct confrontation and exploit enemy weaknesses to take them down slowly. However, our combat power, we can't afford to prolong.
What should the Special Task Force do?
We could split into 2 groups to cover each other during our mission. It might increase safety and efficiency. But if we further split up our also finding cover, perhaps we could consider other options.
What should the Special Task Force do?
Flank tactics aim to avoid direct confrontation and exploit enemy weaknesses to take them down slowly. However, we can't afford to prolong it.
What should the Special Task Force do? We'll join our effort to break through their defenses and crush their source of power. This is the only way to completely rout the enemy. It's a risky, but thank you, Rover. The battle plan is clear. I will now recap our plan. Konglin, your team will take the Yuehui, your team will charge enemy lines to pave way for the Special Task Force.
Yes, sir!
And I'll join Rover, Yang Yang, and Jian Xin to create an opening for our main forces and take down the Threnodian. Good. Our next move is to reclaim the disruptor and break through the ground wave barrier. Rover, do you see that iridescent veil? That's the ground wave barrier. Overthrax set it up. One of our top priorities now is to it's a powerful anti-Threnodian weapon from when Jinzhou was founded. I'll leave it to the professional to explain the details.
Greetings, General Jian.
How's the preparation going on your side?
We've got good news and bad news. Bad news is, simply put, it's out of power. Fortunately, there should be a backup power. To use the disruptor, we'll have to repair that outlet first. Any questions? I can, but it takes time, no matter how fast Any questions? That's because this ancient is creating such a powerful weapon. If we were to unleash its full... Any questions? In theory, we could. First, it could dodge our... Threnodians have been proven to... Any questions? By the way, this is a weapon that... Will they really approve our application?
Magistrate and I have it covered.
All right. Lastly, we've got more bad news. Baija, please fill us in.
Yes. Rover, I am currently monitoring the Tacit Discord. We just received word from our soldiers at the emplacement. A large number of Tacit Discords are targeting the disruptor, and our troops are doing their best to defend it. The disruptor has been surrounded by the Tacit Discords, with more of them slowly closing in. After we recapture the nearby emplacement, it will take some more time for the disruptor to recharge. You may need to hold out a little longer. I'll send you the coordinates of the disruptor and its backup energy port. We wish you the best of luck.
I trust we all understand the situation. Rover, Yang Yang, please go and secure the disruptor and fix its backup energy outlet. Jian Xin, please stay and guard the base. I'll draw those Tacit Discords away. Let's get moving.
I see my way clear.